hello there, my beautiful friends. So unfortunately, I have to admit I have been spending quite a bit of money on makeup, even though I am supposed to be being good. I'm not supposed to be buying makeup, but yet somehow here I am in front of me with this giant pile of new things that I just bought. So naturally, I figured might as well film a good old-fashioned haul here today. So that is exactly what we are going to be doing. So if you are interested in seeing what I purchased and why my bank account is practically empty, then go ahead and keep on watching and let's jump right on in. So I have a pretty large pile in front of me here, and where do I even start with any of this? I guess we'll go ahead and just get started with JD Glow Cosmetics. So JD Glow Cosmetics recently had a sale on their website. I believe it was either 20% or 30%, and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I love their products so stinking much, especially their highlighters and their eyeshadows. But there's still a lot from JD Glow that I haven't really tried, so I figured why not jump on the opportunity to get a little bit of a percentage off and spend a little bit of money to try some new things, which that thinking does not really make sense now that I'm actually looking back at it, but nonetheless the purchases have already been made. But the first thing that I went ahead and purchased from JD Glow is actually a repurchase, or more like a backup purchase of my absolute favorite freaking highlighter in the entire world right now, which is the same highlight that I have on my cheeks today. This is the Chaos Multi-Chrome Pressed Highlight. If you have been looking for the perfect peachy, pinky, multi-chrome, duochrome type highlighter, look no further, my friends, because honestly, Chaos is the prettiest freaking highlighter I've seen in a very, very long time. It is such a beautiful highlighter, and honestly, it's my favorite out of everything that I have in my collection right now, which I feel like over the past year or so, I have had so many different highlighter favorites, but Chaos really does take the cake. Now, as I said, Chaos is a multi-chromatic highlight. So basically, this is a champagne-based highlight that has a super strong bubblegum pink shift, and it has a little bit of an orange shift as well, which is super interesting on the cheeks. And as I said, I am wearing it today, so if I'm looking straight forward, you can see a little bit of a sheen happening, a little bit of a glow going on, but then once I turn my face, you see a super strong, bam in your face pink highlight, and then when I turn a little bit more, you can catch a little bit of that orange. It is so prominent and so freaking shiny. Now, Chaos definitely has a little bit of glitter going on in here, but it just gives it that wet, reflective looking quality to your cheeks, and all you have to do is just buff the highlight into your skin and you will get the most gorgeous, wet, shiny, multi-chromatic looking effect ever. So I had to purchase a backup because, as you can see, this is the one that I have been using non-stop, and obviously she's gotten a lot of love because I have hit pan on 2 different places in this highlight, which is very, very rare. It's a really rare event when someone actually hits pan on a highlighter. And I must say, I'm pretty darn proud of myself for hitting pan on that highlight. So because I loved Chaos so freaking much, I figured, hey, why not try another one of their pressed multi-chromatic highlighters? So that is exactly what I did. Now, this is the shade Synopsis, and this is also a pressed multi-chrome highlighter, but this is a golden champagne-based highlight that has a blue and a green shift, but it's more so like a super iridescent goldy type of highlight on the cheeks. Now, unfortunately, mine came totally broken out of the pan, so that's kind of lame, but I would probably depot this anyway because this isn't a highlight that I'm going to use nearly as much as I use Chaos, but I figured why not try another one because I love the formula so much. So this definitely hasn't disappointed. I really enjoy it as an inner corner highlight and as a brow bone highlight, and on my cheeks it's a little bit, I don't know, washed out looking, I suppose you could say, but if I layer this over top of another highlight, it just amps up the highlight a little bit and just gives what I have underneath a little bit more of a spicy kick. But I definitely want to try this with some of my deeper highlighters because I used to have this weird thing about buying golden, deep-toned highlighters, and I thought they looked great on me back in the day. I mean, granted, I used to have more of a tan, so maybe that's why that was working, allegedly, in my head for me, but nonetheless, somehow I ended up with a buttload of highlighters that do not match my skin tone because they are way too deep and way too golden for me. So I think that layering this over top would lighten them up a little bit and make them a little bit more suitable for my skin tone. And the final thing that I purchased from JD Glow is actually one of their HD crystals, which are kind of like loose pigments, I suppose. They are super, super sparkly and glittery, and they are absolutely stunning. I saw the swatches on their Instagram of these and I automatically knew. I have to have these in my collection, and I only purchased one. I purchased the shade Golden Ice, but there are a bunch of shades on their website that I would personally love to have in my collection, so we may be seeing those pop up sometime in the near future. But for right now, I just picked up Golden Ice, which is the most gorgeous iridescent golden white shade, which is kind of like a lot of things that I have in my collection, if we're being honest here. But I saw those swatches online and I knew that this guy had to make its way into my collection no matter what. I needed to have this. So my next purchase is from an indie brand called Dawn Eyes Cosmetics, and they're really well known for having loose multichromatic pigments. I believe they were one of the first brands that came out with multichrome pigments, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But my intuition is telling me that they were probably one of the first ones, because they've had them out for almost a year now, which is quite a while for multichrome pigments. But recently Dawn Eyes Cosmetics came out with their sweet tart collection, basically their Valentine's Day collection for this year, where they came out with a bunch of beautiful pinky, purple, yellowy type toned multichrome pigments. They're all supposed to be reminiscent of sweet tarts, I believe, or conversation hearts, or the candy that tastes like Tums that I've talked about quite a few times here on my channel already. Conversation hearts are all different variations of pastel colors, and Dawn Eyes Cosmetics drew inspiration from the color scheme of conversation hearts, and I think that was such a great idea because there are so many really interesting and fun shades that are in the candy. So they came out with these gorgeous lighter toned multichromes, which I feel like we don't see light multichromes really ever. I feel like this is the first time I've actually seen some. Everyone seems to have multichromes now, and I'm not complaining because they are freaking beautiful. Like, please give us more because I love them. But there really hasn't been that many that I personally know of that have been on the lighter side, and I'm the kind of person where I have just found that heavier, deeper makeup just does not look good with me. I always find that people complain about my makeup whenever I wear deeper, darker toned makeup. So recently I have been laying off the dark makeup and I've just been wearing lighter, I don't know, more pastel toned makeup, if you will, just to get people to shut up about it because people are rude. And honestly, I like the lighter makeup on myself, but nonetheless, I really appreciate them coming out with some light toned multichromes because I have just been really wanting this from a brand, and the colors they came out with in this collection are freaking phenomenal. There's a few greens that don't really draw me in too much, but they are beautiful nonetheless. But other than the greens, it's mostly pinks and purples, which is right up my alley. Like, I don't need to say that. We know that. We are very well aware of what kind of makeup I like here. And I went ahead and purchased the shade Infatuated, which is this beautiful pink, purple, and gold duochrome type shade. The actual color of this pigment itself reminds me quite a bit of rock candy or something really, really sugary like pixie sticks. It is so stinking beautiful. These are really pigmented as well, and they have a decent amount of sparkle to them, which I personally like because, you know, I love me some sparkly things. So this pigment is an absolute home run. Honestly, I'd like to purchase some more, but these are $20 freaking a piece. So yeah, I think I'm just going to be sticking with this one guy for right now, but nonetheless, these are all absolutely beautiful. So my next purchase is actually from a brand that I've never purchased from before, and this is Lemonhead LA. I'm sure you guys have heard of them because so many people have done viral videos on their products because they basically innovated a new type of glitter. Now, this is a glitter that is basically suspended in a gel in like a little cream here, and it basically transfers from your finger onto whatever surface you put it on, so you don't get glitter everywhere, therefore eliminating the dread of using glitter and getting it all over everything you freaking touch. They don't call glitter the herpes of makeup for nothing. Now, usually the Lemonhead glitters come in a pretty big pot. I believe these are called the Space Paste. Lemonhead Cosmetics has a few different types of glitters on their website, but this was the most fine and the least chunky of all of the types of glitters that they had to choose from. I believe in addition to the Space Paste, they had the Space Jam and the Glow Jam. But on their website right now, they have a Valentine's Day bundle where you can get 3 different Valentine's Day themed colors for $18 that are all in mini sizes, and as you can see, these ain't minis. These are still full-sized products, and it was only $18, so I could not pass this up. I have been wanting to try Lemonhead's products for so freaking long, but I just did not want to pay the hefty price tag of $24 or $28. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're pretty spendy for a giant tub of this, so I guess it's not that bad. But nonetheless, I didn't want to pay that price, so I was really happy to see that they came out with minis. Now, the set came with the shade Roosevelt, which is a beautiful, true holiday red sparkle. Then we have my favorite shade out of the bunch, which is called Melrose, which is like a pinky rose gold that has just a smidge of holographic glitter thrown in. Yes, it's holographic, not iridescent. You can see all the shades of the rainbow in the glitter. And finally, in the set, we have the shade Wine Safari, which is the most gorgeous, super sparkly berry purple shade. I can't freaking wait to try this on my eyes. I haven't tried any of these yet, so I'm really excited to try them. But if you guys want to see a video on the Lemonhead products, please let me know, because I could always film a get ready with me or a tutorial or something like that, because I'm just so curious about these products and I would love to try them out with you guys. So these next couple of products that I have to share with you guys, I am so excited to show you, because as many of you may know, I have been talking about this collection basically since they announced it, which was quite a few months ago, and then the collection got canceled and I was super bummed about it. Give Me Glow Cosmetics' single shadows that were supposed to be in the Sugar Rush collection before it got canceled finally were released, and I picked some of them up, and I am so freaking excited to show you guys these. Now, I tried these on my eyes for the first time today, and I have to say, even though I tried them today for the first time, I think they are absolutely fantastic, which, I mean, what do you expect? It's Give Me Glow. All other shadows that I've tried have been just perfection. So don't judge me because my palette is very dirty, but that's just because she's gotten a lot of good use here, okay? But this top row of shadows here in my Give Me Glow Cosmetics Summer Vibes palette is the new canceled Sugar Rush collection singles. And as you can see, these are all beautiful shades of pink, minus this beautiful opal-y looking sparkly shade. Now, I picked up the shade Funfetti, which, as I just said, is this gorgeous, like silvery, golden, blue, and pink duochromy type of sparkly pressed glitter. The next shade that I purchased is called Bubblegum, and this is what I have all throughout my crease and what I used to blend everything out with. And I don't think that they could have chosen a better name for the shadow. Like, this is the most bubblegummy eyeshadow I think I've ever seen in my life, and she is extremely pigmented and easy to blend, so they really nailed the formula on this guy as well. And I have been just searching high and low for the perfect matte bubblegum pink that is that true pastel yet somewhat neon bubblegummy pink shade, and I haven't found it yet until now. So I personally am so freaking happy to have this in my collection because I have been looking for her for such a long time. The next shade I purchased was probably the most standout shade to me personally in the swatches that they showed of this collection, and this is the shade Pink Frosting. As you can see, this is a beautiful warm-toned metallic pink, which we don't really see super foiled metallic pinks that often, and when we do, they're pretty cool-toned. This one is definitely much more warm-toned, and it is so foiled and beautiful. You'll just see it in the swatches. She doesn't really need much of an explanation for why I think this is one of the prettiest metallic pinks I've ever seen. And the final shade that I picked up from Give Me Glow is the shade Raspberry Cheesecake, which these names are just near and dear to my heart, because if any of you guys have seen my makeup make-believes or my palette predictions or any of the series that I do here on my channel where I make up palettes basically from my brain, then I'm sure you know this, but I like to name all of my eyeshadows after like sweets and food and stuff because I think it's really fun and cute and I love sweets. I have probably the biggest sweet tooth out of like everyone I know. But Raspberry Cheesecake is such a beautiful warm-toned magenta berry shade, and I have this in my outer V and kind of brought into the crease as well, but blended out a little bit with some bubblegum, and I think that it just created such a beautiful look. And these were so easy to blend, especially for pink shadows, because pink shadows can be a little bit tricky, and purple shadows of course. These were just so easy to blend and super pigmented. I am beyond impressed with the formula. The next product that I purchased is something that I was kind of kicking myself for not purchasing sooner, and this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is one of their Valentine's Day glitters, and this is in the shade Charmed. Now, this is a loose glitter, so you're not going to get any jelly or any binder in it like you would with the Lemonhead glitters, but this was such a beautiful collection and a beautiful range of pink colors that they brought out that I knew that I had to at least get my hands on one of these little glitters. This is a gorgeous lighter toned, cool toned pink that has a little bit of like a silver reflect to it, and I've really been wanting something like this in my collection because I don't really have a whole lot of glitters, and the ones that I do have are always mixed with some kind of paste, or maybe they're like a metallic mixed with a little bit of glitter. I don't really have that many true glitter products, so I knew that I had to add this to my collection. This is the epitome of Valentine's Day, and this is the epitome of me. So this final product that I purchased out of the haul here is something that I didn't really expect to ever be in my collection, but I'm not mad at it, and I'm not mad that I purchased this. And this is from Kylie Cosmetics, which honestly, I never thought I would be saying here on my channel. I'll be the first one to admit that I used to be somewhat of a Kylie, not hater, but disliker, I would say. I wasn't the biggest fan of her or her brand or anything that really went on with her brand, but within the past 6 months or so, I've kind of just let go all of this animosity that I had towards all of these brands that everyone seemed to all dislike together, and I kind of just let all of that go because if I want a makeup product, I'll buy a makeup product. Unless the brand does something absolutely unspeakable and terrible, then I will shun them from my realm of makeup existence here, but I've kind of just let go of all these brands that I used to not really like for reasons, I don't know, kind of unknown, honestly. But this is the liquid shadow from her most recent Valentine's Day collection. This is the shade Roses Are Red. This is a beautiful bubblegum pink liquid shadow. Now, my liquid shadow collection has been growing. I've been really enjoying the ones that I have, but my collection was definitely missing a true lighter toned, cool toned bubblegum pinky shadow. I had a few warm pinks kind of mixed with gold. I had some purples, but I didn't have anything quite like this. And when I saw this come out, I knew that this had to be added to my collection. I knew that it was going to be a battle and I was going to have to fight people to get this and obtain this in my collection, because every time you purchase something from Kylie, you are fighting others and basically racing others to see who can get to the checkout first, you know, and steal the product out of someone else's bag before they can press checkout and basically pay for it. I referenced this in another video, but shopping on Kylie Cosmetics is legitimately like the Hunger Games of makeup. So I entered the arena dome that is kyliecosmetics.com, and somehow I was able to purchase this. So far I've used this a couple times and I haven't found it to crack on my eyes or look too crepey or dry, so I think I really do like this formula, and I don't know why these are always limited edition on her website. I guess it's because it creates the hype or whatever, but I know she's had a few shades before that really catch my interest and that I would like to add to my collection, but unfortunately they were limited edition, so I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. But you never know, because Kylie always brings things back that were limited edition. So honestly, who knows, maybe one day she'll bring some of these liquid shadows back and I'll be able to expand my Kylie Cosmetics collection. Never thought in a million years that I would be saying that phrase, but this is just where we're at these days. It's 2019. Alright, my friends, that is where we're going to be ending this haul today. I still have a few products that I could show because I'm going to be honest, my spending didn't stop there, but I think I want to do dedicated videos on those specific products. So keep your eyes peeled because I will have some new videos out on some of these new products, and if there's anything in particular that you would like me to do a video on, or maybe like a get ready with me or a try on video, please feel free to let me know down in the comments. What products out of this little pile of goodies here would you like to see me test here on my channel? But with that being said, if you are not already subscribed and you would like to be, then I would absolutely love it if you would hit that subscribe button down below, and if you enjoyed this haul video, then I would also love it if you gave me a big old thumbs up. You know, and I know, it helps us out quite a lot here on YouTube, so thank you so much in advance if you choose to do so. But I hope that you are having an absolutely amazing and beautiful day wherever you are, and thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope to see you next time. Bye!